Let's move on and welcome Sandy Adams to the program. Sandy, you have been looking at the situation locally in many parts of the country with people running campaigns with the local councils and so on, but increasingly you're seeing the use of certain psychological techniques in order to try to regain narratives amongst campaigners.
Yes, particularly last Saturday on the 24th of May, we had a consultation at Glastonbury Town Council. Glastonbury, it was the town hall, and looking at it. I just want to mention firstly that Rosa Koire opened my eyes to the Delphi technique many years ago, because it was used to gain consensus over Agenda 21 all over the United States. And we have to remember that Delphi technique was developed in the 1950s by researchers at the RAND Corporation, which is a think tank with close ties to the US military and government. And really, it's a way to get people together and lead them through a structured process of multiple rounds of questionnaires and feedback, controlled interaction. And it is often used, but, it's misused by NGOs and corporations and education bodies also, to steer people into a sort of groupthink and into a predetermined outcome, manufacturing consensus. And we see this happening all over, particularly with net zero. That's how they reached the way to call sort of a climate emergency all over the country. They held these sort of citizens' assemblies, and this is what we're seeing more and more now in Glastonbury. They had this consultation, and people are genuinely worried about the land being taken over, because we've got this WHS scoping exercise happening to make it a World Heritage status town. And it's only a small town, but the fact is that we've seen it happen at Stonehenge and Avebury, where people have actually been locked out of the land, and they have to pay extra to visit the site. I mean, now to get to Stonehenge, a family ticket is £75. It's absolutely mad. Anyway, people also, spiritual people, have been locked out of their practices. Druids can only go there on the solstice to Stonehenge, and they've got a big visitors centre now, and everything is really all about tourism. So I'll be talking about that a bit later, about what WHS means to sacred sites later on in the show. But at the moment, I'm dealing with this scoping exercise, and they held these. They put everybody on tables, and of course they had the goals on the table, because it's all, the WHS is all aligned to the 17 goals of Agenda 2030, and they give people biscuits and tea and really lead them through a sort of an exercise about what do they think. There's lots of coloured crayons on the table. It's a bit kindergarten. People visualise, and they kind of, they lead them through this very safe, what appears to be a safe environment, and people are relaxed and come out with things. And of course, they use that data to then form some kind of visioning, brainstorming thing. And first of all, they start with the scoping exercise, and it's how it's all put together. There's a scoping exercise, and then it goes on through other sort of levels, and then you've got the Delphi technique here, which it goes through right from the issue that they lead you through to get their solution. And it is all about manufacturing consensus and bringing people round and putting facilitators on every table so that they're led through this process. And it really is. I mean, what's unfortunate is by the end of it, I think we've got the last slide. I think is how you it's how you actually are led, and really everybody's saying yes to everything, but in their heads they're going, actually I don't want this, but they're too scared to say something because they want to conform. Can we go back to the previous slide? Sorry, I've jumped the gun a bit. the definition is a change in a person's behavior or opinions as a result of real or imagined pressure from a person or group of people, and the dilemma of being a social animal, because actually, you want to keep your individuality, but you want to conform as well, and the establishment tends to like conformists better than non-conformists. So that's where we stand with all of that.
Sandy, thank you for that. And as I say, we'll be covering more about World Heritage Sites a little bit more a little bit later in the program. So